park the car in the yard? How about I hammer you in the heart with a haymaker?
Hello to all you vault dwellers and the peoples of Ninedalorian. This is a follow-up to my special message video that I posted the other day. Oh boy, I hurt some of the assholes' feelings in that video, didn't I? But you know, asshole haters are gonna hate, right? But just when you think they couldn't top themselves, along comes the Michael Jordan of assholes, trying to top the asshole accomplishments of other assholes who came before them. Well, what do I mean by that? First, we'll start with a comment that was put on my video. Not because I found it insulting, but because I found it absolutely hilarious. And it completely proves my point. Now, mind you, these are either sock puppet accounts of the Nexus Mods website staff or the groupies that hang around them like loose-legged hoes at an Aerosmith concert.
You can tell by the amount of missing teeth in his mount, the use of "I'm being cancelled" and calling Bethesda leftist. This here is a MAGA maggot.
Well, I don't mean to be a grammar Nazi, but... Wait, what? The missing teeth in my mount? That damn horse wouldn't leave the cotton candy alone. I told him he was going to lose his teeth. For those that understood that he was trying to say was that there was the amount of missing teeth in my mouth. At 50 years old with a history of not having regular dental care, sure, I am missing 3 teeth in my mouth. I figure I'm doing pretty good for a fat old physically disabled gamer in a wheelchair. Then the dipshit spouts some SJW gaslighting about how I shouldn't talk about being canceled. Then to top it off, calling me a MAGA maggot, totally revealing this dipshit's political leanings. Do you think this guy somehow managed to hurt my feelings? If you were paying attention, you saw my reply to his comment. I did actually leave the comment on the video too, so if you guys want to mock this fool, feel free. But don't get me wrong, don't get it twisted. I ain't condoning any threats of violence against him. Him being that exceedingly stupid is punishment enough. So I thought, okay, that's over. I can get on with my shit and work on some mods. And then, in my Discord group, this person, Veronica, appeared. Bit of a backstory here. This person had been in my group for quite some time, but hadn't posted much since it first appeared, which makes me fairly suspicious because the Nexus staff are always getting their groupies to join my group to screenshot any personal information or statement that I make, which may trigger their SJW mania, like I'm actually going to air my dirty laundry in public or something. Yes, but anyway, this person appeared and made this post. Notice how it was phrased as a statement and not a question? Yep, big old red flag went up on that one. Everybody in my group pretty much knows that my friend Red got his account banned because he was posting my mods for me on Xbox. And the Nexus staff simply can't have that, now can they? So, being smarter than the average bear, I decided to let out the rope to this person, because fucking morons always hang themselves with it. And sure enough, it did. The very next message talked about the flags which are in my MCS workshop mod. All of a sudden, it is a problem that I put Trump flags in my mod, but also the Confederate battle flag and the Japanese Imperial flag. But this part about the Nazi flag being included in my mod? Yeah, that's complete and absolute horseshit. To gaslight people to believe that I am some sort of bad guy. Because, you know, even though all the Nazis died out after World War II, if you listen to the people like these mentally deranged idiots, there's a Nazi hiding behind every bush. So let's go ahead and bust this bullshit right here. This here is a clip showing exactly what flags are actually in my mod. I don't deny that there is a Confederate battle flag, which I think Veronica, whatever, called an incest flag, which is very insulting to people of the South, and the Japanese imperial flag. These are historical flags, along with the Gadsden flag, which is from the American Revolutionary War. But a Nazi flag? Nope, sorry, there isn't one of those in my mod, unless this brain-dead idiot thinks that the Kekistan flag is somehow a Nazi flag, which shows the absolute depths of their stupidity, because the simple fact is, the left cannot meme. I ain't idolizing anything by putting those in my mod. Clearly, this dipshit is trying to connect the Trump flags with everything else, which goes right along with the big lie the left tells about Trump and Trump supporters. Anyone with working brain cells that aren't infected with the mental disease of liberalism knows that this is absolute horseshit. But hey, you know, why let something like the truth stop their gaslighting and lies? The left always phrases their political statements as questions to try to force you to defend your positions. The funniest part was calling me a right-winger. You know, like it's a bad thing to be a conservative American or something. I never made any jokes about PTSD except mocking idiot gun-grabbing lefty slaves to collectivism claiming PTSD because they heard a gun fired once. You know, because now comedy that mocks their mental insanity is somehow a problem. George Carlin is just churning over in his grave right now, guys. Needless to say, I soon grew tired of the mentally insane ravings of Veronica. Full-bore air quotes around the name Veronica because it certainly is a shitty sock ass puppet. It actually admitted that it was told to come to my group and pull this shit, which of course I had long since figured out. But because the lefty radical dipshits can't resist the chance to gloat, it was time for the banhammer to come down really hard on that moron. In closing, all I can say is that I find all these dipshits pretty goddamn hilarious. They just can't resist gloating and thinking they're entitled to a victory lap. Newsflash, they aren't entitled to anything except to be mocked and ostracized. And just who the fuck do they think they are, thinking that they can dictate how I make my mods or what mods should be available to you? The best comment on the last video I pinned came from Shell, which basically said, where do these people get off thinking that they have the right to tell people what they can and can't have in their own games? It's a real simple case of taking personal responsibility for yourself. If you don't like something you find in a mod, then don't use that mod. There isn't anyone twisting your arm to use my mods or anyone else's for that matter. And there sure isn't a fiddly fine fuck group of white supremacists hiding behind every screen in the gaming community just to make mods which spread the hate. That's all some bullshit. And believing that is just fucking silly. And if you do, you have my permission to lock yourself in a small windowless room and proceed to go fuck yourself vigorously. Because this is the plain truth. I don't give a fuck. In fact, it is to the point where these mentally deranged assholes owe me fucks with interest.